I heard that if we hold our emotions, it will become like emotional blocks. So how we can clear those blocks?
Paradox. In some situations, you have to hold your emotions. In some other situations, you have to express your emotions. If somebody is eating meat, I express my emotions. You are a murderer. Once I was being interviewed by some lady from America over the phone a few years back. The interview started well. But in the middle of the interview, I got angry with people who are eating meat. She got offended. She stopped the interview. So I get emotional. Is it right or wrong?
Great thing.
Okay. Both right and wrong. Right from my point of view, wrong from her point of view. If you ask her, she will say, how can he yell out at people who are eating meat? Meat is proper for them. They want to eat whatever they want to eat. No. So, there are situations we have to express your emotions, there are situations you have to control your emotions. Paradox.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Good afternoon, wonderful evening. Social science is full of paradoxes. It must really be understood. There are always two opposites that we have to deal with. There's no single answer. That's what it is saying. You cannot waste any moment. In some situations, you have to be, every moment matters. In some situations, you have to be waiting patiently. Wait. Don't rush into it. A stitch in time saves 9. Slow and steady wins the race. Both are there. They are contextual. If you're running a business, don't burn yourself, rush yourself into trying to do too many things. We've seen it all, that slow and steady wins the race. Keep building slowly, steadily, keep building the foundation after, and then building the workforce. It's going to grow, it's going to go a long way. Slow and steady wins the race, literally. If you try to run too fast in the beginning, then you cannot sustain it. So some places it is important. In some situations, that is there. Slow and steady wins the race is there always. But stitch in time saves 9 is also there, where you cannot be slow. You have to be hurrying up. We have to be hurrying up if it is going to save a lot of people. It's going to help enlighten a lot of people. We have to hurry up, slow down. We have to be there with it. But we decide when is that slowness, when is that speed with which we go. That comes with an understanding, situational understanding, clarity of thought. We don't have the clarity of thought. Emotions we express, don't express. Clarity of, we have to have understanding again there. Sometimes, while it is in general the principle to express your emotion, but in rare cases, you probably want to hold the emotion in lieu of something greater and bigger happening. In your search for excellence, in your search for enlightenment, if somebody is telling you which you don't like, you need to express the point. Now you can express and get angry, and there are you hold, but then make sure you express your point and release it at a later time by sitting when they're in a more good mood, for example. When they're in a good mood, sitting down and then explaining to them. You still express the point that what they've told is may not necessarily be right. But telling then versus temporarily deferring it for some other time. Expressing emotion, expressing what we feel must be there, but then there is timing for it. But we have to know when and what. The timing has to be known. Be always soft. Softness always work. There's a most harsh thing and soft thing. Both are there. When to use what tone? You have to understand how the clarity. But meditation will give us the clarity. Spiritual science understanding will give us the clarity. We recognize, we understand what is wrong and right better. A person who is in the early stages of their life evolutions, you can only tell them every day to do things again and again and again because they don't even understand at a mind level that I need to do a planning. They don't know. They don't know the concept of planning. I'm giving you this work that you must complete it in 10 days, and you tell them they'll finish today and then tomorrow they don't know what to do. You have to tell them again. If you get angry because I told you yesterday, don't you remember, then what the hell is with you? Then it's of no use. The early stages of evolution, we are more body-oriented. We don't apply the mind. The concept of mind is not there. That I can plan and so I can finish my work and then do something else. The idea, the notion doesn't come. Body-oriented, just always taking care. Okay, I'm putting an effort. I eat food, I sleep. Tomorrow I wake up and then whatever comes, I'll do. Again, I'll eat food and sleep. That's all they look at. They don't look at. They don't even understand. They just don't bother with the body. They don't understand that through mind, applying their intelligence a little bit, that I can do many things. There are better happiness. There's different happiness that are possible through mind. Evolution of the soul. Some was stuck at the mind. They want many kind of happiness, enjoyments, joys. Now you know in mind, okay, I can see movies, I can read, I can with friends party together. I can wear jewelry, I can wear different types of clothes, invest time, money on it. Mind-based enjoyments, a lot many. But for them, you tell them, for your enjoyment, why are you making so many people suffer? Make sure they consider them also. That businessman wants for his or her enjoyment, they want the workers to constantly work. They don't understand it. You can tell them, but they don't understand it. What are you saying? Because the intellect is not developed. They don't see what is inclusive, what is right and wrong much. They can't see it. They can't see. It will develop over a period of the next life, next life, next life. Lifetimes it will take for them to get through their mind-based enjoyments to say, what is there? I'm bored. What new experience I need to get? Okay, then they'll think. It's not only me, I also can take people along with me. Enough is enough for me. I want enough of clothes, enough of jewelry, enough of positions, enough of stuff for myself, the egoistic nature that I'm satisfied. But now let me look at something beyond that. And so then you start looking at, okay, I can help. I'll sacrifice a few of my enjoyments and I'll go on and help. That's more happiness. Evolution is happening, soul evolution. Spiritual science is telling us that we all are evolving one after the other to experience some and there more and more and more, increasing out of happiness. Spiritual science. Science of spirit. Science of that invisible. If you understand it, now it is science. It is not an opinion. It is a science. That means under given temperature and pressure, if you do this experimentation, you will get the same result. So many people they've experimented. We go into meditation, you apply these techniques to understand. You receive information. Now, many second person, third person, fourth person, they do it all. Then now, spiritual science of reincarnation is corroborated with evidences. Quantum physics corroborates now that there is emptiness and existence energy everywhere. That is science now corroborating what is spiritual science. I always told. Now, spiritual science is the science. When you understand it, spirituality comes from it. So then spirituality is understanding and then acting from the spirit perspective. So that person who is only bothered about mind-based enjoyments, you need certain rules and regulations. The person who is differentiating here in the intellect, right and wrong, for them only guidelines are necessary. Rules are not necessary. Because they understand it and they can take an action by themselves. Okay, I just need to naturally include people, inclusive. I need to, by default, be inclusive about them. The one who understands from a spirit, okay, everybody is evolving. So I can recognize his problem. And so in order to contain him, who is not able to look at help others beyond his own thing, so I have to put rule, hey, be inclusive. Your business, your company must give minimum wages. You know, understand it. Minimum wages must be there. A rule must be there. The person who understands the science of spirit is putting a rule from that perspective. A person who already crossed, if he's the one who's doing it, then he knows that, okay, he understands it naturally. It's natural that I need to pay as much as what I take. I need to pay according to what they're able to deliver It's not just me alone. Everybody is there. They're also same as me. Understanding somebody's nature, real nature, and then working with them at that level. Spirituality. Materiality, you don't understand spirituality. So materiality, everything is matter, so I have to take care of myself. Spirituality, everything is spirit, so I take care of everything, everybody. From that understanding, we operate. There are problem, financial crisis. Materiality is saying that I'll take care of myself, so you remove many others who are not part of you. Many things you just remove blindly. In spirituality, you try to apply the solution, what you're applying to yourself, to everybody. Rather than reducing people as a way to cut expense, you reduce salaries as a way to cut expense. They're two different things. Spirituality means that innovation is required, creativity is required, new experiences are required. So materiality, you cut off completely all innovation. You say no innovation at all company. Everything must come to a grinding halt, only basic operations we do. Nobody is happy. If we continue like that for some time, nobody is happy. Because the fundamental nature of spirit is to experience new. And spirituality-based understanding, no matter what, how difficult it is, we must always try new things. There has to go on. Because otherwise, no employee can be happy. There has to be some newness. There has to be newness. Just because there's no money, you can't freeze travel, you can't freeze everything madly. Everything is frozen. You can't have, the get-togethers of the people. Nothing is there. Everything is frozen. They don't understand. They only are material thing. Spirituality is fundamental. That I need to have that opportunity for people to interact a little bit every now and then. They have to celebrate life. It's part of having the experience. Spirituality comes from spiritual science. They're not opinions, by understanding, studying sufficiently. Space travel is a science. It's not an opinion. The spiritual science is a science of spirit, that there is something beyond our body, number one, to understand. I'm beyond the body. There is that individual consciousness which is coming, reincarnating, going, coming, reincarnating and going, coming to the Earth's planet and going to another planet and going to another planet and going to another star, move God knows, somewhere. I may not have to have everything in me. If that were so, when Einstein's quantum physics equations are there, why would we just take it a matter of fact? Are we going and proving everything by ourselves before we say this is there? E equal to mc squared. Did we even experience it all? But we talk about it as a matter of fact. Because we have done some experimentation in the laboratory in the childhood for us to give that scientific understanding and say, yes, I've done a little bit of chemical experiments, physics experiments, and then come to the conclusion that, yes, they're all true. It's true. We do the gravity experiment and say, okay, there is some force which is pulling it down. So with that sufficient understanding that the science is there, then we start recognizing and accepting what we read in the higher grades of the textbooks, even though we may not necessarily experiment everything. Same thing to do with the spiritual science. You do some experimentation. I had an experimentation about looking into auras when I came into spirituality in the beginning. I've done some experiments on myself about past lives, and I've seen some of my past lives. In fact, I've seen such a beautiful past life that connects to my purpose. But doesn't mean that I know everything about my past lives. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, there are many departments of spiritual science. Channeling. I don't do channeling, but I don't doubt channeling when people are receiving information. Once I have some first-hand experiences of it. Psychokinesis means ability to, through your thought, being able to move objects that cause some movement to them from far away. Psychokinesis. Now, this science is there. Now we've seen at Pyramid Valley, we invited people who have demonstrated their ability to understand it. Psychic surgery. So people are doing at energy level surgery. We have seen it, Alex Orbito demonstrated. So I've seen sufficient enough for me to understand that, yes, this is true. These are no surprises. That is science, because there are enough people who come and then experiment on it, and then everybody comes to the same conclusion. So then it becomes just the way science. And so spiritual science is different from opinion. They're not opinions. Past life is not opinion. Now there are thousands of people have regressed people to say, experiment on it with corroborations and say that this is true. How can it be randomly coming for many people simultaneously the same result? Some people are done in 1950s, some are doing 1960s, 70s, 80s, different time frames, different places. They all come with the same conclusion that, yes, these lives exist. Yes, there is evolution exists, or evolution. Spiritual science can be understood beautifully with meditation. Science of meditation prepares us, gives us the experiences. When I say I'm beyond the body, it helps you to sort of experience that wholeness, oneness, for you to start going back and say, let me look into you. The meditation gives you glimpses of your past and future. To not randomly dismiss them, the dreams become clearer. So you start looking from a different perspective, and then you start connecting into the chronology of events of your life. And why are you so fearful? Oh, I've been seeing this dream again and again and again about somebody pushing me into a deep well. What is that? You go into it and then recognize, I've done and I've experienced something which I just held a memory back with me. Science of meditation paves the way to understand the whole science of spirit. When science of spirit is there, spirituality comes. That I not only take care of myself, but take care of everybody, because everybody is the same. Spirituality is the essence of religion that has gone somewhere else. Essence of religion is spirituality. Essence, the core essence is same. So let's go into a meditation, dear friends, that we are exploring. The spiritual intelligence is to explore spiritual science. We're not exploring opinions. Exploring spiritual science, where that's why there is so much literature on every aspect in the world now on spiritual science, because so many spiritual scientists have written them. Who is a spiritual scientist? One is experimenting on it constantly. I experimented constantly on thoughts create reality. I experiment constantly on when you change your thought, people change. When solutions are not there, getting stuck, and you say, let go of it. You let go of it, and then you wish and leave. I experiment constantly. When you're not getting solutions, you step back. Step back, and then you release your thoughts and leave, and then see how magically things start happening. I experiment constantly. And so then I am a spiritual scientist. We have to experiment. And then we believe for ourselves. Once we have sufficient understanding, then we stop questioning and we start looking to see, take that and see how can I apply it into my life. If something is not comfortable, then you experiment again. A scientist fundamentally experiments. Scientist does not reject things. Scientist goes with an open mind that anything can be possible, so let me explore. That's the bent we want, dear friends. We all are spiritual scientists when we take meditation. We're experimenting. We're doing a huge experiment by meditation. We are going into the matters of spirit. We're calling it the quantum energy field. It is a science current word, but the spiritual science existed for long ago. With all the scientists, all the religion heads have been great scientists. They understood, they had their own personal experiences of various kinds, but they all come to the same conclusion. They all come to the same conclusion that there is an intelligence, and we keep coming and going back. Now, different religions differ differently on that aspect. So there's a little bit challenge. We have to expand our horizon, no matter what our religion tells. We've got to expand our horizon if we truly want to understand that there is this intelligence, that is graded intelligence is there. We are there as individual consciousness. We are there as the whole, as everybody's consciousness as one. Both are there. So we'll complete the discussion we're having after meditation, dear friends, about the 6 spiritual science laws that explain the nature of personal reality. So let's go into a meditation. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. We are practicing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind. We do that by observing our breath, our natural, normal breath. As you see in the picture, sit comfortably with your eyes closed, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap. Observe your natural breath and observe the breath. Mind is empty. And be in that state of emptiness. You may have movement sensation. Any involuntary experiences, observe them. In case you have thought, you know it is your thought, bring your attention back to the breath and again observe the breath. It's common that thoughts come. No matter, it is common that thoughts come. When thoughts come, simply attend to your breath. Don't be harsh on yourself. Don't judge yourself that after 32 days, I'm still getting thoughts. You're going to get the thoughts even after 32 years of meditation practice. So recognize it, accept the thoughts as part of your meditation, dear friends. And simply, when you notice thought, bring your attention back to the breath. That's your training that you're doing to your brain. This is called breath mindfulness meditation. And then before we do that, we're doing a process called heart elevation. Just follow my guidance for that, dear friends. A few minutes of heart elevation, and then followed by breath mindfulness meditation. Relax yourself, sit comfortably, relax your body. Dear friends, with your specs removed, eyes closed, keep your hands on your chest area and rest your attention on your sacred heart and feel your beautiful heart. Feel that seat of all emotions. your heart center. Connect with your heart center, dear friends. The center of all emotions, which is helping all life expand, all life thrive with its emotions of love, kindness, compassion, appreciation. Come on, friends, with a slow, long, relaxing breath, connect with your heart center. Feel it. And recollect an experience from your past, from your present, or from your future mind movie of experiences of enormous love, of kindness, compassion, appreciation. Relive that moment and feel that emotion, feel that energy. Relive that moment of love, of kindness, compassion, and feel that energy. And can you intend to radiate that energy onto everybody and everything on this planet Earth? Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. The more you experience this love, compassion, kindness, the more connected you become, the more coherent you become, the more you experience. Slowly, let's go into breath. Allow yourself to stay connected to this endless depth of that emptiness, that vast field of energy spreading far and wide. This is the field of unpredictable, the field of unknown. The more you are with it, the more familiar you become, the more experiences you draw into your life. Allow yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is your divine self. This is your higher intelligence. Everybody and everything are connected in this field of energy. The more you are with it, the more you lose yourself to this emptiness, this nothingness. The more you experience your wholeness. Go deeper and deeper into yourself. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. As you are relaxing in, I would like us to understand the remaining theories of spiritual science. Theory of consciousness is saying that everything is emptiness and energy. From that energy comes something, and it takes another form, another form, another form, constantly transforming itself. So we too are coming from that emptiness, that energy. So we are beyond the body, called it soul. So it incarnates and so then reincarnates. Each time incarnates to experience some part of life and then reincarnates to experience the some more part. Every reincarnation is equal to, in a physical parlance, let's say every company that we work for, one company, we go in to experience some sort of things. We plan, this is what I want to learn, this is what I want to experience, this is what I invent, this is what I want to do. And you go in there, you finish that, and then you come out of the company, then you go to another one, oh, I'm bored of it, now I want to do something else. Oh, I've done enough of it now in this field, so I want to move to something else. And you go and then sometimes you take totally different life. Oh, I've done enough experience here in Dubai, now I want to go into Singapore and experience there. So you go there to take up another company. Sometimes in a company we are there, we get challenges and then we run away from the challenges. Oh, no, 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 this company is just stupid. The managers are impossible. So we go away from there. You run away because of the challenges. only to realize later that the same problem will show up again in the new place. When you run away from challenges, we're going to face the same thing little more bigger. Because the whole idea, dear friends, is that we've gone into any place to learn. And we forget the fact that we're coming for learning. Instead, we are trying to be safely, securely holding on to things. That's called Maya, the illusion. We forget the fact that we come here for learning. We're going to a company for experiencing something. We have a purpose. We forget the purpose of why we come here. We go in and say, I'm going to learn a lot because it's a great company, great technology, a great product. Or I'm going to help a lot of people because this is what gives me an opportunity. I'm going to earn some money. We go there, we forget all the three things. Instead, we hold on to somebody is going to influence us. We play politics, we go into this non-cooperative movement. We don't do anything. Instead, okay, life is going on, chalo chalne do. Nobody is going to ask, okay, even if I ask somebody and I have my protection rules are there, so my salary aayega to theek hai, so I don't have to, put too much. We forget about why we went there, because we got into this comfort zone. But challenges through, and that's when we say, no, this is not a great company, we move from there. Now, same thing with the lifetimes, dear friends. So the life is also like that. Those succumb to the challenges, they disappear. They succumb to the challenges, their life is away. So naturally something comes and then they go away. The moment we withdraw from life, we say life is a waste. My life has no meaning. Then, of course, then your thoughts create reality. So then it moves you towards exiting. Those who have serious challenges think of as suicide, the worst form of exiting from the life. But in any case, you reincarnate. We reincarnate to experience some part of it. So we set up the environment just the way you are actively choosing a company where you want to go. Oh, I know those people. So you set up people, places, things, and then so you go in there to experience. So is the case with the reincarnation of our lifetime, dear friends. We choose. That's why Khalil Gibran says, your children are not your children. They come here, they're choosing your environment and everything, they come here to experience their life. Science of spirit helps us to understand that everybody is the same. Everybody's comes from experience. And so then we deal with people differently. We deal with great respect. Everybody is the same consciousness. Patriji always, his words always ring in my ears, always saying, everybody is God. Everybody. That's why I always have utmost attention to everyone that comes in front of me. Nobody is less, nobody is more. It's just that they're evolving at different stages. Science of spirit helps us to understand the perspective. So we become very empathetic. We don't judge people. Just because I'm behaving certain way, somebody behaves certain way, we don't judge. We recognize that there is ignorance is there, or there is an evolution is happening. So we recognize how to deal with them. Infant souls who do not understand, other than me, nobody exists. We let them be. We don't try to change them. We let them be. So let's understand the remaining part of third equation. The first one is theory of consciousness. Everything originates from emptiness and to energy. So nothing to something to everything. Second one is theory of reincarnation. So from nothing, something is originating. So we're calling it reincarnation. So we are coming and going. So there's no fear of death. overcome the fear of death. The biggest teaching from spiritual science understanding is that death is there, but the life continuity is there. Permanent sleep is death. Anyway, we're sleeping, not knowing whether we come out or not from it. But in case we don't come out, but we can always come back. It's all our wish and will that we are choosing. The more you have to experience, the more you're going to come back anyway. Because quantum physics is saying that what you think and let out there is got to come back and then become matter. You're going to come back. The question is, you want to come back to take another lifetime here to experience, or you have a different place to go. You finish 12, now you decide and say, okay, so there is this university continuing I'm going to do here, or I go to Harvard. Up to you, which place you want to go. University here could be Earth planet, Harvard in the sense that it could be another planet. It's up to you, which loka. Think that way, different frequencies. If we recognize that this is the only place, then we cling on to it. Because we are too illusionally holding on to many things that in the first place never existed with us and never came with us when we came here. So recognizing that death is temporary, meaning the body is impermanent, that we come and go, come and go, come and go. Life continuity is there. So why hurry? Why worry? The third thing, dear friends, is then theory of cause and effect. Theory of cause and effect essentially is saying that we are here choosing different roles to experience life differently. The company we decided as a lifetime, we come in. Now, do you take different roles in the company? Now, a little finer grain. Broadly, when you are living in a company, staying in a company, you got one sort of, it's about the technology, it's about the area, it's about a place where you're living in and then doing it. Now, but within that, you have a manager role, you have an engineer role, you have a technician role, you have a document writer role, you have a sales role, a marketing role, different experiences you're choosing just to experience life differently. Law of cause and effect is also saying the same, that we come here to experience different roles. And each role, if you fulfill it right, thinking that it's really just a role, it's nothing more. If you just think it's just a role, we have come as an actor, an actress, and then we're doing it, that's all, nothing more. We don't take anything personally. We don't get into the illusionary effect of, oh, this is me, and equate it yourself with that. There is a problem. We experience many roles at our own accord. We are choosing what to do. I want to do a sales role, I choose. If the company pushes me, I don't like, then I move on to something else. But we choose. Similarly, dear friends, the law of karma, the theory of cause and effect, is called law of karma, is saying that we come here to experience life differently each time. When you fulfill the role beautifully, then we go on to do something new because we fulfill, we're happy with it. But when we don't fulfill it fully, instead we get equated to that role, and so then we get stuck in it. So we will come back to do the same thing again and again. For example, if you are there, you're acting in a movie, and you are now playing this role of, that villainous role, you're playing that villain role. You get a lot of powers that show. Now, if you feel that you are that powerful, the illusionary aspect, you feel, oh, I am that power. And then you want to hold on to that power that you've been given to you in a way artificially. There are people are there with you, you got all these gadgets and everything, then you want to extend that into real life, believing that you are that. On the sets, you behave that way. Oh, I'm this greatest guy, and then you try to behave that way. That's illusionary. What happens? You create conflict. People fight with you. You say you try to bosses over them. Outside the role. In the film, in acting, you're doing, but outside the role, you say, I'm that, and then nobody's going to bother about you. You feel hurt. Come out of your illusion. You boss over, then there is a conflict. Because nobody likes to be, everybody is same outside the role, but in the role, you have a special act and then they have a special thing. So we come here to experience a role. So when we get a particular role, we, without attachment, recognize it's temporary, recognizing it is just a role, a mere actor, an actress. The world is a stage, we're all mere actors. We stuck and fume and we depart, Shakespeare. So recognizing that we are just doing a role, if we can fulfill it without attachment, without illusionary aspects, then we are happily living, just doing justification of that role. That's called living your purpose. If a director is given you to do the character in that movie, Bahubali, you do that character beautifully. You know about it. You understand what am I supposed to do. Recognize what your purpose is and fulfill that role. I'm doing a mother role. I need to be that. The theory of reincarnation is saying, theory of cause and effect is saying that we are coming here to play different roles. But in the playing of roles, we forget ourselves. And so then we start doing what it calls then, when you are, somebody tells you, so you start killing. Somebody tells you, so you're dominating. Your ego self builds. Like I told you, if you are the wellness role, you think you are the hero, you think you are the villain in real life also. Outside, you try to do all kinds of stuff, then you hurt yourself, you create conflicts. So because then we are doing it. Now, what is all those? They're all our causes. You see, our thoughts create reality. And so if you go about madly desiring, now when you develop greed, you go on desiring more and more and more. I've finish my hero role, but then I feel like, no, I have to keep all these clothes. I have to buy more clothes, like the special clothes. I have to go more gadgets. You go on wishing for more because you got attached to it. That movie, for 8 months, the movie is made. In that movie, then you're given a nice car to go around and you feel like, now I have to have more of this. You got attached to it. So you ask for a second one, a third one, a fourth one. There's no end to it. You're desiring more and more. Now, every time you desire, it's a cause. Now there is an effect to it. There's a consequence. The cause and effect, there are consequences, the effects are there. If I go on dominating people and if I go on suppressing people of their freedom nature, then of course, in return, they're also putting an equal and opposite amount of force onto it. At some point, you succumb to it, take it all, and you agree to it, and so then you also go through it. Same way that you also get dominated by somebody or something. We choose these roles. When we choose the roles. For example, if I am supposed to be doing a good job as a CEO and I take that role, but then I get carried away. What is a CEO's role? Take the team along, build a nice team, and then I help everybody experience beautiful there in the workplace. Everyone wants to experience beautifully their life. So a CEO brings the employees together, inspires them, motivates them, and then carries to the purpose of the organization. Fundamentally, that's a part of every essence of every leader. Now, if they get carried away due to some greed, due to something, and then rather than trying to even understand what the employees and team need, and then we just constantly pushes them. Now, what happens when you finish this role, you come out, at some point, of course, you're going to lose the job potentially because people are not going to cooperate and they can't deliver best. Then you start looking at and say, before you take up another one, how did I screw it up like this? Come on. I couldn't hold my team. I couldn't motivate them. I couldn't inspire them because of my tough action, because of my ruthless or idiotic actions. This is how you start looking at your life, you contemplate over the past thing and say, no, I need to be more successful. So I need to do some basic things right. So let me go back and experience something again. Or I've not understood sufficiently. I've pushed these guys so much, so hard, in spite of knowing that they had their personal challenges. And so what does it feel like? Why did I do this 3 times? 3 times I went and took a role, but every time I succumbed to the greed and then I'm doing it. I don't understand something basic here. So let me go. And this time, I don't want to be CEO. Instead, let me just, I'm not learning enough. So I go back to a non-CEO role. You go back and do that again to learn more. We choose different roles, dear friends, according to our own accord, to experience things, sometimes to learn, so that we don't do that again. If we're killing, we're going to go back to a role where we say, why did I put so much suffering to the people? Why did I put so much suffering to the animals? What does it feel to be like that? Only then I recognize the true pain of it. And so then I will not cause it again. That's understanding. So we come here with illnesses ranging from all kinds of heart illness, all kinds of brain illnesses. Heart and brain drive life. And so if we are taking away life significantly, then it's going to translate into something like that. We can experiment, we can investigate, and then we continue to seek questions and we stay receiving answers that intuition tells you. So there's no luck here, dear friends. When somebody comes as rich, it's not luck. They worked for it from the past. It's not luck, it's creation, because we are seeking what I want to do with the roles. All problems, the challenges are there for learning. We choose. In a company, a founder, a business leader who is operated in all developed countries, now he wants to go into developing countries or undeveloped countries for market. He knows that is a challenge, that she knows that it is going to be difficult, but they want to seek the challenge. They go into there because it's boring to continuously do a developed country. They understand the problem easily, so they buy your product. But the developing countries, there's no money. They don't understand half the time what the problem is, but then you want to give them a good solution. So then you go educate. You have a different experience. Why do you take knowingly a challenge? Because you want to learn, you want to have a different experience. We go into challenges. Why do you take knowingly a Himalayan expedition? Knowing that you may not even ever come back. We seek challenges. We are naturally adventurous. We create, we want to experience new. So dear friends, the law of cause and effect is the law of karma, is that simply we come here to take different roles, but we forget the role we've taken. Instead, we extend through illusionary effects, either greed, either anger, either individuality, the ego self, fears, that we sort of deviate from the role. And so we create more unwanted stuff. So then we continue to experience that. Because what you think and what you put out has to be experienced. But there is a way you can overcome it. Dhyana Jagath karmanam. The more knowledge you learn, the more you can dissolve all the past wishes you kept, you can slowly dissolve them. You wanted a 4th car and a 5th car and a 6th car, 7th car, greed. You want more money, greed. But then somewhere, as you learn this higher knowledge, you understand, okay, I can earn so much money, but tomorrow I may not exist. What's the point? Why am I wasting my time and earning more rather than trying to experience with what I earned? You come to the conclusion. So then the moment you have the conclusion, there you stop your rat race. So that there you're canceling a lot of what you wanted to experience from the past. So you cancel your past samskara, wishes that are sitting out there pending to be experienced, because now you don't have the desire to continue to race like against everything for making more money. You don't have the desire anymore. So then your past starts getting dissolved. The moment you realize that you don't need any more of that extra experience of one more car, one more BMW, one more this, the past starts going away. The moment you realize that everybody is same, so in the past you resisted so much as a parent or a child to be allowed to be married out of caste or religion. You insisted, you see, you sought some experiences, but in here, through one event or the other, the moment you learn, or the more you learn knowledge, you learn that they're all the same. We create here, when we come here, there's no such thing. We created the boundaries, differences. The moment you overcome that, and so the necessity to experience one more of a same caste-based life is not necessary. You drop that. It doesn't mean anything to you. You're born somewhere, it doesn't mean anything to you. Don't even think in your mind that you are from this caste, this religion. You don't think. Your life just experienced as an individual human. So then all your past related wishes are the desires that you let them out, which is called the karma, they dissolve. Jnana agni dagda karma. So laws, cause and effect is there, different. The effects are there waiting to happen, but then we can dissolve all of those things through higher understanding. That higher understanding come into practice through at least one experience through meditation. So luck moves to self-creation, problems become learnings. We're going to take a few minutes to complete this. Then the fourth theory, and these go fast, these are beautiful, this is what I love. Theory of constant progression. It is saying that there is always progress, no failure. There's always progress in life. If you look back in our life, how we were at when we were 25-year-old versus 40-year-old, there's always more wisdom. We know what not to do in some situations compared to what we were then. When you join fresh in a company, you were a little tense, because you're trying to figure this out and this and that. You do the same thing a few times later, 5 years later, you are cool, relaxed. They've progressed. First year, we are tensed when there's a problem comes. Oh, we are trying to do a lot of things. Fourth year, fifth year, we know it. We tell the people, it's okay. Things come and go. We just have to do our best and then step back and then things will happen. Yeah. Don't worry about guys. Don't just get too excited. They'll settle down. But let's see objectively what is the problem. Don't try to blame. So an experienced person, that means it's a progress. Momentally, some things may be here and there, but overall, it's constant progress. Always there is progress. There are no failures. When you recognize that, dear friends, we don't regret, oh, my business, I lost so much money, I put my family to hardship, and so go on regretting forever. Regret breeds new regretful experiences. We have to recognize it. So law of constant progression is saying that there is a progress, so don't ever regret about what has happened. Don't ever undermine yourself because something, so you think, when people say failure, there's no failure. We have to remove the word I failed. I failed, we have to remove the word failed. I've experienced it. I've learned what not to do. With each failure, I've learned what not to do in that. Right? I've learned what not to do, or I learned how to be a little more judicious and little more explorative in the next time I do it. These are all the words that we use. We don't fail. That's why we have to be utmost compassionate with children, friends. I'm telling you, children and those people who are not able to, let's say, who look like, they're just wasting time, but they're not. They just come with a purpose of relaxing. But some of the children, for example, when they don't score, pushing them to score more. For all you know, they might have to they might not have studied at all. So here they're just beginning to study this lifetime. And so they'll only score 20, 30, they can't score more. If you have gotten a forward life or evolved life, then you are, of course, trying to be that 99. But there are some people just have not done studies at all, so they only score 30. They're greatly successful. But we try to push. Same thing happened with the colleagues. Some of them may not have been there in these situations. Their evolution may be less, so we have to recognize it. We say that, okay, you can't expect everybody to run at your speed. We know some of these. But this is the reason. The reason is that there are, in the evolution, they are far potentially behind. And so we accept, we understand as from a spirit perspective. That there are differences exist. There is progress happening. No child is a failure in a family of 4. Oh, your brother and they have done so well. Why are you just wasting your time? And that's why you're like this. Casual comments we make as parents and children put so much pressure. Our colleagues are, family members, just like that. We can't just like that say, there is a person in Bangalore, is a master, meditation master. He is happy, gets a little bit of rent, is happy with his life. Whole day they're at home, wife and husband, they don't necessarily do, they just enjoy, they sit down, and then they don't work necessarily because they have a little bit of rent going, but they're happy with their life. Now you say, why are you not working? Why are you not taking a job? What's wrong with you? No problem. We don't understand them that they've come here just to completely rest. If you worked in a company for 10 years, you say, I'd like to take a break. You take a break or not? 1 year break, some people take 6 months break. This is a break period, yeah. So why are you pushing them? Let them, in between lifetime, there is a lifetime break. They want to relax. Sometimes we work in aggressively in some roles and say, oh, both of yes, I want to now relax, take a job which is this, let me go slowly. We do that. So we want to go slow pace. And so that's probably what happens in your siblings and your friend circle. Some are going slow pace. Why do you want to push them and say, hey, why are you wasting your time? Why are you just sticking onto that same job that has nothing to do and you get fixed salary? Go and then go to the green pasture high, push them. We don't even recognize because we are just viewing from material perspective. We have to speak from spirit perspective. That's spiritual understanding. That's spiritual intelligence. That's when non-interference comes. We truly understand how not to interfere. Materially, we always interfere into others, thinking that this is all real. So, dear friends, there is no failure. Everybody is progressing at their own pace, the way they wanted it. It's all experience. It's all experience. And the fifth one, dear friends, is the theory of meditation or yoga. What it is saying is that simple, that there's a quantum shift. When we evolve into a lifetime of lifetime of lifetime. We're taking various roles. We're taking a CEO role, we're taking an entry junior engineer role. We're taking a prince role and a pauper role, beggar role and rich person role. Nobody is higher, nobody is lower. We can never be sympathetic to people because it's all what we choose. All what we choose. If a hero is taking different roles, we take different roles. Life is that. It's just the hero is not thinking that, oh, that is special, this is good. In fact, if you see, real actors are wanting all kinds of roles because that's where the kick is. They don't sit and say only this. Then those who want only one type of role are attached to it, too much attached to the image, ego. And so they're just going in one. But the true actors don't have ego. They want to experience everything. We have to become that, dear friends. We have to become that, experience everything. And so when we do meditation, dear friends, we become aware of all these facts. Until meditation comes into our life, we're not even aware that we are a larger self, we are a spirit taking lives. We are a spiritual being having a human experience, is what we understand now. But before, we are a human being. And then every now and then we want this spiritual experience because religion told you there is something super is there, and then you can get into touch with it. Not, it's the other way. So with meditation, what's happening is we make a quantum shift. What happened? What do you mean by that? It's a catalyst. Things happen quickly now. Just like a catalyst chemical, we accelerate the reactions. With meditations, I would like to know here, how many of you experience things as you think things happen? That's catalyst. If things happen for you thinking about it, people are coming into your life. You thought about somebody, they're calling you. You thought about doing a travel, suddenly 3 things show up in front of you. Hey, this travel, that travel, or some friend coming and talking about a specific trip. This is called acceleration. Your business where you thought about promotion is happening for you. Faster. You thought about changing a project happens for you. It's called catalyst. So you experience life. You because you dropped resistance. With meditation, you drop resistance, you drop analysis, you drop clinging on to things, you let go. And so then naturally, you are accelerating your life experiences. If you got 3 promotions quickly, you say, hey, miraculous, yeah, I had my miraculous experience, because uncommon now. Common is what? Okay, every 5 years you get 1 promotion. Now, uncommon is, okay, even though you don't have 5 years experience, you got 1. So it's miracle, right? So life becomes miraculous. An ordinary person now moves into a miraculous being. Things happen. It's a miracle for ordinary, but then when you understand the science of spirit, nothing is miracle. Everything is happening. Alex Orbito, when I saw him at Pyramid Valley International, he was a great psychic healer and surgeon. So in front of me, he did hands like this, hands. And then suddenly he produced a marble ball from his hand. Marble ball. I have seen it from 2 feet or 3 feet away, right that close. Dhyana Jagath is there next to me. We both are watching and seeing him send off. He was 1 step in the car, and then like this. And then he just did this. His hands, fingers are, I know, they're all empty. Just did this, and a marble ball came out of his hand. Sound came. When I'd seen Deepak, his name is Deepak, somebody was there in Bombay. The psychokinesis, he fused a bulb from far away. He fused a bulb. And he thought about it, and that filament broke. But when I've seen some of these aspects, it is no longer surprising to me to see that, okay, everything is possible. It's not surprise. It's not a miracle anymore. When we go and explore more spiritual science, dear friends, we come to understand that anything and everything is possible. They don't become surprises. If someone says, I lived for 140 years, and you see a 140-year-old man, okay, fine, that's great. Must have had a great thought about the body. That's how it becomes. Oh, have you seen it? It's not becomes a great super surprise. Everything is possible, dear friends. But we experience that, miracles. The last thing, dear friends, so with all of this understanding, where are we going? Theory of infinity. Our experiences are infinite. The life experience can be unbounded. There is no limit to what you can experience. We don't limit ourselves. We move to truly unlimited state. We truly understand what is this infinite quantum field mean. Because we have ability to take on different roles, different lifetimes, different situations, different countries here, there. We go on experiencing. From here to there to there to one more. There's no end to it. Infinity. How many ways we can think, many ways we experience it. Anything we do, we can experience many ways, so we become free to experience. We take everything as experience, no failure. No failure, no challenge, there are learnings, adventures. We move into it. We stop lamenting about situations. We stop feeling helpless. We stop complaining, dear friends. So this is law of infinity. An enlightened person becomes an infinite soul, so experience life greatly, infinitely. So that's where people who came into meditation, who understood the spiritual science, are going about. Now, those who don't travel as traveling. Those who never could think of traveling alone by themselves, doing things on their own. Beautiful. Why not? Never think of coming out of the home or doing it. Never thought that express in public as speaking. Small thing to big things, dear friends. Infinity is there, not a limited life. So, in summary, we become from nothing to everything. The law of consciousness is telling us that we are that everything. We keep transforming. So we lose the fear of death. When fear of death is lost, we start embracing life differently. That's the highest level of fear that stops people from doing things. Each of them remove a lot of limiting beliefs. There's no luck. We remove the word luck. Oh, I'm lucky, you are lucky. That's unscientific talk. We say your creation. If somebody is experiencing great wealth now, creation from the past. Somebody is experiencing a lot of poorness, It's a wish that they've created to experience that thing. It's all about, it's not fun and bad luck. Bad luck makes you helpless. Good luck makes you, too over carried away. Otherwise, it's a problem. You get more attachment to things. You go into all this belief system. Oh, he's a lucky person, let's latch on to them. Belief system. The lucky person disappears, now my life gone. Belief system. So there's only self-creation. There are no problems, dear friend. There are only learnings. There are no failures. There's always progress in life. We always are coming out of every situation with some learning. Connecting the dots is what it comes here. So you know that progress. Ordinary life becomes miraculous life. You're always experiencing new things, unexpected things, uncommon things. And then you truly move into an unlimited state. From law of infinity, you go into an unlimited life. Thank you very much for joining. To understand the six spiritual science theories, we put these together. Patriji synthesized these together. Some talk about 3-4 of them. They're there, but you connect them together. It gives a perfect understanding of how life is moving and then how we take situations in our life. We accept them. Law of cause and effect is there, but we can change it. It's our thought. With more higher knowledge, we constantly change. We go to the cause and then fix the cause. The cause is that caste system is there, and so I've stopped people from marrying in between intercaste marriages. That is a limited idea, notion. The more you understand, you let go of it. That means you're allowing freedom to happen. So then you don't get restricted anymore. Otherwise, you'll continue to have restricted life. If you're restricting people from doing things, then you get to have a restricted life where you are restricted to your home, restricted to your cave, restricted to a prison, restricted to something. If you restrict others' freedom, you have to understand this. Yes, Rathavel.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much for the wonderful meditation and sharing the great wisdom about the 6 theories of reality. So, dear friends and masters, those who opted out Buddha CEO Practitioner Certificate, the quiz 4 has been shared, and please do attend that. It takes not more than 5 minutes. So all this quiz is actually, whatever the master class that Chandra sir is taking up. So it will be just rewire your brain when you attend it. So please do attend it and complete the quiz 4 shared via the email to you all who opted for the certification especially. Right? So, yes, sir, that's it.
All right, friends. Thank you. So we will meet tomorrow. Of course, it's far beyond our time. Sridevi, madam, great to see you. What's
Thank
new?
you, sir. Thank you. Life is going miraculous. That's all I can say. It's beautiful. Yeah, the great class today. I've been just carried away with how many more that we have to learn. There is infinite to learn. That's all is going through my mind.
That's it. Those are the beautiful words he spoke. There's infinity to learn.
Yep.
Internalize it, state of enlightenment. So we never close our doors for learning. Everything is changes, you know that. There's change is constant. So if the creation is evolving, and so then the truth, some of this understanding also changes, right? Understanding also changes. Who knows what it is like somewhere else? Thank you, madam, for pursuing this path greatly. And you are. How was your? By the way, how did your class go? Did we speak of your classes that you took in your company or somewhere?
No, I
Community.
spoke, in our community for a ladies group. It went really great. I sent a message. It was almost a month ago or a few weeks ago. Everybody received it so well. By the way, I spoke on limiting beliefs. So, and how meditation is helping. It was greatly received. And now I'm going to be doing my next one on October 14th or 26th at my company, Siemens. So.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for everything. Your guidance is just, now I have a line of subjects that I really want to share what I'm learning, the relationships. That's another one that I heard a few classes ago. You spoke on the relationships. That's just wonderful.
Yes. We can't speak of all this spiritual science stuff to those who are not crossed over at the intellect level. Then only they receive. Instead, yes, you speak about relationships. You speak about manifestation. But only some can take this. Because it just doesn't understand. They can't think beyond it. And say, no, I don't understand this. I don't need it. But so be it. We respect that, right? Because it's just the way it is. I was like that, for example, when my brother was telling me constantly, I was always like that. I said, no. It takes time for everything. The initial days, what are you talking about? Life on Sirius Star, galaxies, Galactic Federation, all this didn't make sense. Over a period of time, as you understand, you explore. And then sometimes it takes a whole lifetime. Sometimes some do not want to go anywhere beyond basic meditation and then understand it, and that's all it is. It takes a whole lifetime to experience that before they can come and say, oh, there is more I can explore. I'm doing my meditation, good for me, I get my energy, it'll keep me a little bit healthy, and calm in that situation, fine. The whole lifetime goes in that. Fine, we don't judge. Fine. I accept you the way you are, so do it. But some we recognize they have hungry and thirsty for this wisdom. I will latch onto them and share what we have. Right. Thank you all. So thank you, madam. Call me sometime.
Yes, sure, sir. I would love to. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You call. Don't make me busy in your mind. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Like the birds, I grow like the trees. I choose to live in love. I am joy, I am ease. I sing like the birds. I grow like
Bye, everybody. Thank you.